Halo Infinite is amazing. Gameplay-wise, it is literally everything that I wanted as a classic Halo fan who also appreciates the modern flair that some FPS games have these days. As a live service model, it's coming with plenty of updates and staying up to date for the next 10 years. Exactly what I was hoping for. After the drought of content between Halo 5 and Halo Infinite, this is it. This is the time to be a Halo fan. But given that this game feels like it was tailor-made for a fan like me, and given that I've spent almost 400 hours of gameplay time playing Halo Infinite, why do I now kind of feel like the game kind of sucks? Alright, we've got a lot to dig into here, so let's jump straight into it. Firstly, I want to be overwhelmingly clear about this. I love Halo Infinite. I think that the gameplay loop is fantastic. I really feel like in terms of most weapons and balancing and even the map design, I feel like 343 Industries have nailed it. There's a lot that people have been complaining about in Halo Infinite, which I frankly don't agree, or at least don't feel that strongly about. Customization issues are there, of course, although personally, customization's never really been a big part of the game for me. It's just my opinion. I know that it's important to others and I don't want to downplay that, but to me, it just never mattered that much. So shop issues I get them, but like they've not been something that's made me not want to play the game. Overall progression system, yeah, that would be good to have, of course. In fact, it is quite important. But ultimately, I don't think most people are going to just stop playing the game because there's a progression system. At the end of the day, you play a game because it's fun. And Halo Infinite is definitely fun. But I think that there are some very deep-rooted issues with Halo Infinite, which is causing potential problems in the long run. And I think these issues are more important than the things that are getting most of the attention online, such as the shop, or even such as the rank system being broken. I want to try and get into these issues because I really want this game to succeed. Like, I am in love with Halo Infinite, and honestly, seeing the player count dropping the way that it has been is kind of heartbreaking for me as a fan, because I want this game to be big. I want to start making content on it. I want that to have a chance to be successful. I want people to want to watch Halo Infinite, to want to play it. I want this to be a 10-year success story. And I find myself concerned because right now, I'm starting to feel like if things continue the way that they are, it's not going to be a success story. I find myself playing the game less now than I was a month ago, and I'm going to get into the reasons for that. I have been led to believe by the recent updates, or lack of updates, that the infrastructure is not there for 343 Industries to keep this game up to date as a live service model, as they should be. What I mean by that is that it has become painfully clear that when 343 want to add an update to the game, there are a lot of hoops that they need to jump through, which is really slowing down these updates, and I think limiting how this game can do as a live service game. I'm going to compare it to Fortnite. I know a lot of people are going to hate that. Fortnite, not the most popular game in the world right now, but it was one of the most popular games in the world for a very long time. And I strongly believe one of the reasons for that was how it was kept up to date. Every single week, a new weapon or piece of equipment or grenade type was added to the game. Every single week for several years. That is quite an achievement, but really not that difficult for a company like Microsoft to be able to pull off, right? At the end of the day, I don't think that we need a new weapon in the game every day. In fact, I actually think the weapon sandbox is pretty good. A new weapon every now and then could be fun. You know, some returning weapons like the Fjord gun and the original shotgun, and maybe some new weapons as well would be cool. But I don't think we need them super regularly. In fact, I think that could be harmful to the play experience. At the same time, I think getting one new weapon a month isn't a huge ask. And it scares me that not only have we not had anything new like that, we've not even heard any news about anything new coming to the game at all. Elijah from Rocket Sloth did a great tweet where he was talking about how long each of the previous games went without having a major update, such as a map pack or something. And we've gone longer than Halo 3, Halo Reach, in fact I think almost any of the older titles, without getting new maps, which is absurd to me because they weren't live service games. This game should live or die by its live service updates, but we're not getting any. Big Team Battle, when they finally had a patch to fix the game, the second attempt at this patch, I should add, they announced that they had the patch ready to go and then added that it wasn't going to be available for another week because it had to go through certification and then several days after would go live. Why is it taking a week to fix the game when you've already got the patch there? On one hand, I appreciate the communication and the honesty from 343. You know, they're admitting that they've got it and they're admitting that it's ready. But on the other hand, it really scares me by how long it's taking. What hoops are they having to jump through to get these updates out? That's the scary thing here. The perfect live service game gets updates and gets updated quickly. If there's a major issue with the game, they should be able to fix it immediately with a flick of a switch. And it scares me that there's something wrong with the infrastructure behind the scenes, whether it's the amount of approvals they need to get from higher ups at Microsoft or what, I don't know, but it scares me that updates cannot be delivered quickly, and I think that that's damaging to the game. Yes, Ranked obviously has its issues, and I'm glad that the reset's coming, but again, why did they announce that the update's coming out in a week? Why isn't it like, okay, yeah, fixing the issues, Rank's being reset tomorrow? I guess maybe some people want that, I don't know. But what also scares me about the Ranked update is they haven't actually told us what they're updating. They've said that they've been monitoring it from behind the scenes, they've said that they've been watching, but they haven't actually said what they're changing about the rank system. Are they going to fix the fact that your MMR gets affected in social games and bot games? Aren't they? I don't know, they haven't said. On one hand, the communication from 343 Industries has felt very good, but on the other, it also almost feels non-existent. Joe Staten tweeted a while back that there is a roadmap coming where we will soon be shown what updates we're getting and when, but we still haven't even had that roadmap. And if a roadmap showing us what updates we can expect and when is that difficult to put out, then what does that mean for these updates? How long are they going to take? Now, my hope at this point is that the reason this is happening with Halo Infinite is because they rushed it out of the door early and sort of finished the content just in time and put it out there and hadn't begun work on future maps, weapons, etc. just yet. My hope is that once they get into a flow, we will be getting stuff regularly. I believe that in order to succeed, this game needs new content monthly. Maybe 1 month that's a new map, 1 month that's a new weapon, ideally more often than that. We need game modes, we need maps, we need weapons. And again, I want to be very clear about this. I was not one of the people that were saying there aren't enough maps in the game, because I genuinely believe that at launch that there were enough maps in the game. Again, controversial opinion, but the game was free. Like, 9 maps is a pretty good amount. And again, I've played almost 400 hours, but now the game is starting to lose me. I need more content. The other big issue that I think that Halo Infinite has right now is, and I can't believe I'm saying this because it kind of pales in comparison to the updates not coming, but touching on the progression system again, the challenge system. The challenge system needs a rework and it needs it urgently. I've completed the Tapstone challenge every single week. Tapstone? Capstone. I've completed the Capstone challenge every single week so far, and frankly, I don't want to miss one. But last week's win 3 games of ranked capture the flag was actually painful. I'm going to be totally honest here. I struggled to complete the Capstone challenge last week. You had to win 3 ranked games of capture the flag. Due to having a pretty busy week, I had to wait until the last day. I'd already done 1 of the wins, so I was 1 out of 3, and it's like, okay, the challenge is reset in 4 hours. I've got 4 hours to do this. In the first 3 hours, I queued into 1 game of Capture the Flag, which I won. And do you know what I did for the last hour? I queued into a game, and as soon as the lobby told me what the game was, where you can check your fire team and it'll tell you what the map is, if I saw that wasn't Capture the Flag, I did Alt F4. And I'm ashamed of this, but that's what I did. And I spent 45 minutes doing that until I finally queued into a game of Capture the Flag and thankfully won it, like just in the nick of time. But the fact that I had to do that to beat the challenge is absurd. These challenges need to be something that you as a player have control over. Getting killjoys against the enemy team is not a fun challenge because it is a challenge that forces you and your team to play badly so that the other team can get killing sprees. It encourages you to actively throw games. I was never against the challenge system originally when it first came out. I think challenges like Get a Perfect Kill or Get a Guardian Angel, I think challenges like that are fun because you actually have some control over it. You can adjust your gameplay and play in a way that makes sense. Play some big team battle and get a headshot with the shock rifle. Easy. Guardian Angel, a little bit trickier, but you know, that kind of thing would be okay, especially if it tracks for the whole week. So these are the changes that I think need to happen to the challenge system. 1, stop making me play game types I don't want to play. Ever since Big Team Battle's been fixed, that's all I've wanted to play, and yet my challenges are play 5 games of SWAT, win 4 games of Fiesta, win another 4 games of Fiesta, and it's like, every time I get the time to log into Halo Infinite, I'm not allowed to play the games that I want to play, because either I have to do one of these challenges, or I'm playing with a friend and they have to do one of those challenges. So if I want to complete the week, I don't actually get to play the game modes that I want to play. That needs to change. Secondly, and this is the biggest one, and I think that everyone can get on board with this, have all of the challenges tracking from the very beginning of the week. Like, you can make the challenges more difficult, but start tracking them from the start of the week. Honestly, the win 3 games of ranked capture the flag challenge would have been absolutely fine, easy, no problem, if it counted the whole week. But the fact that the capstone challenge doesn't start tracking until you've finished your other challenges for the week, that's what sucks, because it's like, okay, I've finally gotten through all of my other challenges and now I've got to start this one from scratch. I strongly believe all challenges should start tracking and unlocking together. This whole only completing 4 at a time makes no sense to me. I think the challenge system would be so much more fun if you could do all of the challenges at the same time and if they were harder. Make them harder, allow players to do them all together. Why not? Believe me, you're not keeping people playing for this challenge system. I would have played the same amount of hours of Halo Infinite without that, frankly, rubbish capstone challenge last week. I would have played the same amount of hours of Halo Infinite, but I would have had so much more fun if I could play the games that I wanted to play and not the games that Halo Infinite were making me play. The other thing is, I think that it would be better if instead of there being 4 capstone challenges each month, I think it'd be better if there was 1. So like, if you had like a monthly set of challenges that maybe it would take the average player a week to finish, and then you had your monthly capstone challenge and that unlocked all 4 awards. Literally merge 4 weeks into a month and have them all be one monthly thing. That way, the FOMO won't be quite so bad. Someone can go on holiday for a week or 2 weeks and come back and still get that month's challenge without feeling like they've missed out. Forcing players to play X amount of hours every single week to unlock all of the items or they're gone forever, that's worse in my opinion than any FOMO that the shop can give you. Make the challenges achievable together and spread them out over a month, not a week. Yeah, if a player wants to do the whole month's worth of challenges in 1 week, let them do that. Ideally, there'd be another progression system to keep them playing that, you know, they just get experience every game, and even if it's just a number that ticks up, that's all we freaking need at this point. But anything would be better than the current challenge system. So they're the 2 biggest issues that I personally feel that Halo Infinite faces at the moment. Ranked is being addressed, that's fine. I'm ignoring that. Hopefully the update will fix that. But the slow pace of updates, the weird infrastructure behind the scenes that's causing these updates to be slow, and the lack of communication of what is actually coming to the game are the big issues, alongside the absolutely busted challenge system. Complete 3 games of ranked capture the flag when you've already done all of your other challenges is not fun. You just have to keep queuing ranked and hope upon hope that you get capture the flag. Replace capture the flag with any game type. No good. The same with get killjoys, right? Terrible challenge. You are actually encouraged to feed the other team kills until you get the killjoy. And after literally like 10 games of trying to get the killjoy challenge, that's what me and my team ended up doing. We ended up feeding the other team kills, watching the kill feed, being like, that player's got 5, I'll get the killjoy now. That's the only way we could do it. More challenges like get a perfect kill, get an overkill, stuff like that. Make them harder, but make them all achievable from the start of the week. Not locked behind having to get through the other challenges first. Whew. I think that's everything I wanted to say in this video. Again, I love the gameplay of Halo Infinite. It's fantastic. And I really think that some people have described it really, really well as like a gem that's got turd all over it. If we can just polish this gem, make it shine, Halo Infinite really has the potential of being the next 10 years of Halo. And hey, speaking directly to the Halo community, I think our energy and efforts are much better spent with constructive criticism, telling 343, these are the things that's wrong with the game. These are the things that are actually stopping people from playing or stopping people from enjoying it. Let's work on this together. Be sure to check out this video here about dropping weapons and why this will make you OP in Halo, or this video about how amazing the repulsor is. I'm pretty sure you'll learn a few new things from these.